aerial is awesome. It's an awesome move. We're going to start by standing. I'm going to use my right arm, yes! My right arm is doing a figure eight. The most basic of moves, figure eight, right? We're making a circle this way and a circle this way. This was in my very basics video, so you should be able to do a figure eight. And here's what's going to happen. As the figure eight crosses over onto the same side, so my right hand, as soon as the figure eight crosses on the right side, I'm going to turn my back this direction. So we're going to go boom, boom, and it crosses and I turn my back. What's going to happen is, as I turn my back, it's going to actually wind upwards. It's going to wind upwards behind my back, and that's exactly what we want. My other arm, for now, is just going to you're just going to try to feel the chuck with the other arm. So it's going to be like this. Right? Okay, so I'm sorry, we're doing the figure eight. As soon as it crosses, my left arm is going to go backwards, and this is actually just going to tap the bicep right there. Shwoom, like that. And then we'll go back and it'll actually turn into a reverse figure eight. That's a behind the back feint. So that's an actual move. If you don't want to do the throw, or if you've done a couple throws already, shoom, feint, and back. Okay? So what we're going to do, figure eight, figure eight. And as soon as it crosses over, we're going to turn our body to where I'm facing the wall now. Okay? So I was facing here, turning 90 degrees, and I'm taking my hand back, and it's going to bounce right there. Boom. If you wanted to integrate that move into hyper style, you can even go from there. So we're going here, boom, boom. This is a hyper move. You can bounce it from the back of the bicep back here, and then if we pull it back, we can bounce it on the back of our tricep over there. So it's bicep here, tricep here. So now I should do two moves. We have the feint, and we can turn back, or we have this quick hyper move, which of course the next step we could just turn this direction and all of a sudden we're back to table bounces. Of course, we're going for the aerial. I just want you to see that, that you have more possibilities than you think. Now the trick to the aerial, I usually use 3 fingers, and it's all about that flick. What I mean by the flick is, if you just throw it, it's going to go that direction, because what's happening is as my arm is swooping down, the angle that the arm is making is a long arc, right? So if you were to let go, it's going to continue moving in the arc that your arm's moving, which is that direction. We don't want it to go that direction, so at the very end, it's really all about how your fingers twist, flick, and release at the very last second. It should be an upward, a little upward flick. So the next thing you're going to do, you may want to try this outside. We're doing our figure eight, It comes under, and as soon as it reaches a little bit past our waist, so not necessarily in the center, but a little bit past the waist, as soon as it reaches over here, you notice how my arm is tucked back? This is actually going to fly past my arm. Our fingers are going to flick like that. Flick, flick. This may take a little bit of practice, but it's going to look like this. Flick, and we're going to turn and catch it. Okay. Right now, though, we're going to just do the flick and we're going to let it fall. It should pass through the space in our arm, and it should flick and it should spin directly upwards. It may even spin a little bit backwards towards us. That's okay. Just make sure it doesn't go that way. If it goes that way, you haven't flicked up enough with your fingers. Flick, turn, grab. Again, flick, grab, like that. You can do it multiple times. Oops. Great move, great move. Just keep practicing that. Figure eight, turn 180 degrees. Get your hand set up, and then at the very last second, flick. Once you flick it, as long as you flick it straight, it's going to stay in this plane. It's going to be straight. So all we're going to do is turn, meet it, and grab. We got it. You can be like awesome and make this awesome pose. Clutch!